The war over male and female continues in Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remake. That's right, it has escalated to a war on the internet. If you guys don't know, Oblivion came out with its remaster just a couple of days ago, and they changed male and female to body type 1 and body type 2. Oh, isn't that special? It is special. It is something that they want to do. This is a transgender activist situation that's going on across gaming that they're doing very, very intentionally to try to muddy the waters and get you to accept the whole pronoun game, which we've wildly rejected over the past year. And so this type of thing, they try to put it in there and they try to, not say anything about it now. A year ago, then this is where things have changed. They would have marketed it with this, said they're diverse and inclusive. Now they don't market it with this, but all this stuff still is just littered within these games. They do make these changes intentionally, and it is an agenda behind it to get you to accept it. They understand that they pushed too far in terms of what they were saying with their rhetoric. However, they are true believers in this stuff. Woke is not dead. It is still there. All the same people are working at these same giant corporations doing these same things. This is Bethesda, after all. You remember, they just inserted this into Starfield as well, right? And so this is something that is out there and is something that is not going away, but we do have to push back at it. And so people started pushing back immediately when they made this game. And of course, they made a mod that just changed it. Very simple mod, easy to do, just so you don't have to look at this crap anymore. And of course, Nexus Mods banned that yesterday. Now, they reversed the situation, which is pretty interesting to look at because of the history of Nexus Mods recently. Let's get into this in just a moment. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things in the culture here, guys. Really appreciate you for being here. And we do have to push back against this stuff. It's so important to maintain our culture and to maintain what was great about our culture and not allow these weirdo leftists to just take over everything. We've seen it so much over the last few years, and there's a lot of compliance going on now and just apathy that's going on with a lot of people who used to make anti-woke content. They seem to jump on that bandwagon when it was hot for a second. And now they've all gone out with this narrative saying, oh, woke is dead. It's not even there anymore. We can have fun games again. Like anything's changed at all, right? We know like from this that it hasn't. And so this is the real deal. And I'm glad you guys have found this spot here because we're going to keep hammering this because we actually care about changing the culture. We actually care about making moves here. And this is exactly where you should be. Thanks for being here. All right. I am a science fiction and fantasy author myself. I would love for you to check out The Demon's Eye. This is classic sword and sorcery. It's got a strong male lead who fights against evil. This is a good storyline if you're an Oblivion fan. If you like that kind of fantasy storytelling and the like, you're going to enjoy my books. So check this out, too. It's in the description below. Supports our channel. It's only $4.99. Really appreciate you guys for being here and, of course, making this a tremendous bestseller. You've been amazing. All right. So, yes, Nexus Mods reinstated the mod this morning that replaces body types of male and female, of course, which they did ban very quickly yesterday. This is not the first time they've banned something like this. This has been done multiple times before. If you don't know about Nexus Mods, they got into a bit of heat last year as well because they were banning Trump mods for games as well. When they wanted to make Trump skins for different things, they banned it. And of course, we showed also that they did not do such for Joe Biden skins in different games. It was totally politically motivated, and that's where Nexus Mods was at. Now, I of course called them out on X about it, and Nexus Mods blocked me. Oh, they're such snowflakes over there, and they really are. These are leftists out there that are not trustworthy, and even though they caved in this one instance, we got to remind you, they are not to be trusted. These are people who are true believers here in their leftist causes at Nexus Mods, and they're not friendly. Let's just tell them that. But this is what they said. This was banned within 2 hours on Nexus Mods yesterday. It's been reinstated, and this mod keeps the body type descriptor rather than replacing it with sex. And so what happened originally was up top where it says body type, male, female, they replaced it with the word sex here because that's actually what it is. It's not a body type. It is actually a scientific thing. And so this one is a little bit different than the one that originally got banned. So this went out there, and the Nexus Mods community manager, of course, says he wrote, "Why was the original upload removed? There's been a lot of speculation and misinformation, of course, regarding the removal of the original upload. To clarify, the mod was not taken down because of its content. As stated in the ban notice, It was removed due to the uploader's behavior. This is something that they love to pick at. And the thing is, you can never be woke enough for the Inquisition in this sort of instance. Like, I've been banned from Kickstarter, and I was banned because I, quote, violated community guidelines, right? And I looked at the community guidelines, and it's like, okay, well, all of my comics have been delivered. They're all PG. What's wrong here? And they won't tell you, right? They just say this. And this is exactly what they do in these type of situations as well. They say, we're banning the uploader's behavior, because that could mean anything, right? they could just not like somebody, and therefore he's banned, right? And that's exactly what it comes down to. This uploader probably is somebody who is anti-woke, and they didn't like it. And as you can see right here in the comments, the uploader expressed an intent to incite drama and endorsed an external site explicitly designed to host inflammatory content. This kind of behavior directly violates our community standards. Oh, so nice. Yes, that was it. This is so ridiculous. And it was totally because of what the mod was. Now they're backtracking because this caused such an uproar that if you can't mod something this simple, obviously it really causes problems for Nexus Mods. So the community manager probably got overruled here when this all went down. We recognize mods like this can bring sensitive discussions around gender identity to this forefront. And as I said, they've banned other mods that have done this in the past with different games. So this is just kind of a BS backtrack right here. And I really think it's because we're making such noise at this point that it's actually mattering, that we are actually pushing back. And that's what we got to keep our foot on the gas, guys. Like I said, you can't just go, woke is dead. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to buy all the corporate slop now. This is something where we have to keep fighting, because the ride never ends. If you've been here since the original days, guys, you know that term. The ride never ends. It really does never end, and it keeps going. We get victories along the way. We'll take some losses along the way, but this is something that, with this culture, it's always going to be ever-changing. It's always going to be pushing the Overton window, and we have to be the ones who are pushing it. If we're not the ones that are pushing it, it's going to be people like Pickysaurus here who are the ones who are pushing it, really, and you don't want that. While all these are important conversations, our platforms exist to support creative expression and modding, not to serve as a battleground for broader cultural or political debates. Good luck with that. What we will not tolerate is trolling, harassing. See, look at this. They want to support creative expression, but listen, if it's the wrong expression, they always call it trolling, harassment, discrimination, right? Toxicity. There's all the buzzwords right there. So you know exactly where this guy stands. He doesn't want this mod up there. He doesn't want this kind of thing on his website. And this is again, just because so many gamers are upset with this in Oblivion, they're bending a little bit, but I would not then go and trust Nexus Mods and say that they've abandoned woke in any of this stuff, because they're not. Because they will not tolerate trolling, harassment, discrimination, or any other form of toxicity that these discussions may provoke. Our commitment remains the same: to keep modding accessible and welcoming for everyone. Oh yes, roll my eyes much on this, my friends. But again, you know where all these people stand. You know exactly what was going. So the mod creator claims he was banned for another upload of non-permitted content, files that remove gender identity, including pronouns, from a game that have been intentionally put in place by a game developer, when the removal is clearly to be divisive or caused hostility. So it was literally just because he was banned for this, right? For exactly this. It was not other content from what they could tell. This is a complete lie on what they're saying. Exactly, because SJWs always lie if you ever pay attention to this stuff. So this is what's going on. This is what the crowd's doing. They're always doing this same thing, right? And they dropped it after banning Chinese translation for having symbols for male, female, because it was a port of an OG translation for China, which caused Chinese users to drop their premiums. At this point, I see Nexus as unhinged racist asshats on this. They're saying on Blue Sky. This is pretty wild. Show me something to soothe me. The Fundamental Order. They remastered one of our favorite old games, and the loser gamers are melting down because it offers body type 1 or 2 rather than M or F. Oh yes. Here we are. So they're mad at Nexus for allowing it at this point. And this is where it's like, they're never going to satiate these people. And this is why you should never try to appease these people. And I agree with Grums here that you should support alternatives like DEG Mods, because this is the site that actually allows free speech alternatives at this stuff. Absolutely crazy on this level. Yes, so they're not going to stop, guys. This is in Oblivion, which is a corporate product, Bethesda. It's under Microsoft. They're putting this stuff in the main games to begin with. That's why I'm not buying this remaster, because, they just hate you, and they want to remove all this stuff from the games. Nexus Mods, they overstepped. They know they overstepped, and they know that it's going to cause them big troubles for this kind of thing. And so they're backtracking in this one instance, but they've done so many problems in the past, banned so much in the past. Remember the Spider-Man 2 where they removed all the trans flags and stuff from the background, and they wouldn't allow that? I mean, that's something out there too. They're all in on this stuff. They want to force you to look at this stuff all day long in hopes that it's going to manipulate your psyche. And eventually it does. If you just see things over and over and over again, you get more tolerant of it. That's how it works. That's how the slippery slope works, and they've been using that for decades to try to manipulate the culture into leftism. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button, my friends, and do check out my Demon's Eye. It is in the description below. Really appreciate you guys for reading. We'll be back soon.